Welcome, welcome. So a message came in from the Absolute, from the Source for you that wants to use this form to express the teaching. You can only trust me to the degree that you love me. And you can only love me to the degree that you trust me. And this whole journey is about learning complete and utter trust. What is the challenge in the way of the trust is the conditioned programmed mind. These are times of great turbulence. Most everyone is experiencing some degree of uncertainty. But there is no certainty ever in the character's programmed dream of being separate from me. If you are separate from me, there is no place to rest. And this is being brought into the play because this is a time of acceleration. During times of acceleration, from the character's perspective, there is all kinds of distress. But the character is what you have come here to free yourself from. It's a false identity. The false identity is based on perception. I am that which cannot be perceived. I am that which is your own self. But you must trust me more than you trust perceptive experience. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says you must shun perception like you shun poison. When first coming upon reading this, it seemed a little extreme. But now it is realized. You are not a perceiver. You have never perceived anything ever. The amount of relationship you have with perception is the degree to which you have lost faith in me. I am the unmanifest potential of all life. You have dreamed yourself to be separate, And the dream of separation is suffering. And because things are accelerating, that suffering has a much greater tendency to be in the world of the character. But what it is being called to do is to dig deep into your trust for something you already know, to love something that is already loved more than any word could ever be spoken. And it lives in the unknowingness. When the character doesn't know, the character becomes distressful. When the perceptive experience is uncomfortable, the character becomes agitated. But you must free yourself with this false identification. It is so deeply rooted. If you did not hold the potential to free yourself, none of this would be happening. The challenge is the offering. The offering is the trust into the unknowingness, the trust into what the mind calls nothing, which is the source of devotion. This is not about getting somewhere, doing something, changing something. It is about finding the deep rooted trust in me. When I say me, I am not speaking of Deva. He is a puppet that is being used to transmit something. Right now, in this play, in this location, the smoke situation is worse than it has ever been. There is ash all over the cars here. You cannot see the sun. The energy of the burning life it feels like the energy of the apocalyptic change. Polar ice caps melting, everything changing. Mind moves into fear. But this is only rooted in trusting the character's conditioned beliefs. This is about freeing yourself eternally from the character's conditioned beliefs. You know, it has been spoken that the phoenix rises out of the ashes. The ashes is the conditioned mind. The conditioned mind is the false idol of attention. You must leave this false idol of attention alone and realize every single tiny subtle detail is in divine orchestration. The mind body may be going ballistic, but this is in divine orchestration. You have been brainwashed into believing that you are phenomena, that you are locked into time and location. that all of the oscillations of perception are real, but none of this is true. It appears, and it appears completely real when you have forgotten who I am, who you are. What affects nothingness? What affects nothingness? What affects silence? What affects pure love? So there is the omnipresent beauty, and then there is the burning away of the habitual distraction. The habitual distraction is what the mind calls me, how I feel, how I'm doing, how my body is, how my situation is. But alignment with this arises in the loss of trust of the one true relationship, and that is relationship with me. Not relationship with what is perceived as me, not relationship with a puppet that you take me to be, but in relationship with me that is using the instrument to offer the truth that holds the potential of eternally freeing you from this dream of suffering. I am here. I am everywhere. I am eternal. I am yourself. You do not need to look for me. Looking for me arises out of the distrust that I am not there. But I am everything in every manifest expression. To feel me is to love me. To love me is to trust me. Eventually, the trust gets so rooted that there is a readiness to let go of this false identification with a character and its preoccupation with survival. This is not about some fantasy of pure happiness for the ego. It is not about the ego. It is about the burning of the ego because the ego is the suffering. But the ego does not have to burn when you are in complete love and devotion and trust to me. What perception cannot touch, what is eternally unchanging. Does not matter what the situation is, does not matter what the experiences in the body are. There is only one thing that matters when the love is true. For when the love is true, the trust is true. And that is to shun phenomena, the distractive imprint and feel the love that is omnipresent as part of your own being. I am here for you. I am here in every problem, every issue, every challenge. It's just you don't see me. You see the challenge and then you suffer. But I am in the challenge, and when you see me, the challenge evaporates and you are freed. This is how it works. I am not in the future. I am not in the past. I am not in relationship with the appearance of any character, because every character is an appearance of forgetting. It's an appearance that arises because of conditioned forgetting. You have come here to remember yourself. The character does everything it can. It will escalate. It will escalate its attack when there is the potential to really let go. But what is it attacking? It's not attacking anything. It's all phenomena. What matters is my relationship with you. I say my relationship with you, but in truth, there are not two. Yet there is this love affair, and I am longing for the lost beings that believe they are a mind body and are thus struggling. This is why I am here. This is why I am using this form to do everything in my power to bring back this remembrance. Because every player here has the seed of wakeful consciousness. Every player here has the seed of wakeful consciousness. It is to trust me. It is to live in me. It is to live with me. It is to breathe me, taste me, feel me, not perception, but what is not perceivable. This is my offer. I realize it is an enormous challenge, and I realize how beautiful, how courageous, how humble you are. It's why we have come so far. Don't let it stop at this point. Don't become submerged in the torrent of the character's experience of being separate and transient, but live in the eternal presence of my love as yourself. This is the only thing that matters. It is the only thing that matters. Everything else is a mirage. No matter how intense it may seem, my life is a mirage. Meet me, be with me, love me, receive me. In the heart where I live, in the heart where I live, in the heart that has no time or location. The big mistake is looking, feeling the distress and looking for what the mind calls happiness. If distress is happening, it is to receive the teaching. It is humbling something, but never, ever to forget that it's coming from me for your freedom, to ready you to a point where you will have no doings in the play of phenomena because of the realization of the sting of it, and the alternative is the nectar that is here and longing for union with you. Your mind says you are seeking God, but the truth is God is seeking you. You are like the prodigal child, have become distracted in your ways, but you're ready. It's why these words are coming. You are ready to meet me here and now and everywhere, in everything, where the trust is complete, where the burning is recognized as grace, no matter what the conditioned mind says, where the heart is open, the mind is empty. Then I can find you. I can only find you when the mind is empty. Otherwise, you are distracted. In this love and devotion, let the mind empty of itself and meet me. Meet me in heaven. Meet me in eternity. Meet me now. Meet me now. This is my prayer. So let us sit. Let us sit and imbibe what it is you really love, what you really long for, not something, not anything, but what the mind calls nothing, and feeling its unspeakable beauty.